Parents, don't pamper your children too much. Because if you pamper a child too much, the child becomes a liability. Who wants a liability? Nobody. Remember, the Bible says, train your child in the way he should go, so that when he is old, he will not depart from it. If you train your children instead of pampering them before age 10, 12, they'll become very useful to themselves, to you, to the society, and most importantly to God. Don't say children are too young. From 3, 4 as toddlers, train them to be prayerful. Train them to do their dishes. Train them to prepare their clothes for laundry. Train them to fix their rooms, to arrange things. All this, if you keep training them from a very tender age, before age 10, 11, 12, you find them becoming active, because it's now part of them. Those things you inculcate in them, it becomes part of them, and they start to do this thing involuntarily. Yes. When they just wake up, they don't even know, they just get it, they start doing, even without you asking them. But if you don't inculcate it in them, you're always doing it for them, you're feeling their children, you pamper them, waiting for them to be 14, 15, 16 before they start doing these activities. You are pampering them, and by then they become liability to you. They become very big liability to you. You don't expect them to start learning it then. It will be difficult. You start to have altercation with them. So it is advisable that you train your children when you're very young. There is this saying that says, catch them young. Train your children the way you want them to be acting when they are growing to become adults. You don't train them from teenage to become the way you want them to become when they're adults. You start to train them from the toddler level. Tell them, do this, do that. Teach them to pray. And as you're teaching them how to pray, training them to pray, you see, they start to pray. Even the day you may not remember to pray because you are very busy, though, the moment you didn't pray, it becomes part of them. Listen, they start to do it unconsciously because it's part of them. So don't pamper them. Don't pamper them too much. Don't be saying she's not old enough. When you want her to be, when you think it's the right time to train children or teach a child to do house chores, it's not when they are 12. It's not when they are 11. It's not when they are 14, 15. You start to do it at a very tender age. Tell them, get me this, put this here, do this, do that, according to their ability, according to their capacity. Before you know, it becomes part of them. You may not even know. They'll say, Mommy, let me do this for you. Mommy, I can do this. Then teaching them how to cook and make meals comes in. And if you train your children very well, when they are 13, 14, you'll have a great relief. You have a great relief because your children becomes like your partner. They know when to do dinner. They know when to do lunch and breakfast. Do you understand? When you're at work or you're busy, they can help you out. Or when you're preparing for exam, when you're studying, they can help you out because you've already trained them. And they can multitask because then they are very strong and fresh. They are active and vibrant. Don't wait until they are old. That is where many parents are getting it. Instead, they start to pamper their children. And by the time you finish pampering them, when you expect them to perform, they become liabilities to you. They become big liability. So I advise that you train your children at a very tender age. The Bible is a perfect book for Christians. It says, train a child in the way it should go, so that when he's old, when the Bible says train a child, it means that the child is still very tender. It means that the child is still very tender, so that when the child grows up, those morals, those values you've inculcated in the child will not go into thin air. They will remain there in the child. Instead, the child will become useful, very useful to you, useful to the home, to the society, most of all to God, and most importantly, to themselves. They will be very useful to themselves, and they will be glad that you taught them early. So parents, please do not pamper your children too much. Instead, train them, because if you pamper them too much, they will become liabilities. Thank you very much, and God bless you. I come in peace.